Hi, teachers. I just wanted to give you another tech tip. I'm not sure if you know about it. I'm sure a lot of you do know that if you are a professional educator, you can use Canva for free and all its resources. So pretty cool. It's a pretty easy sign up process if you haven't signed up or haven't used it before. I will show you some other things that you can do with it today as well. So Canva is an online graphic design studio. As I said earlier, it is free for teachers. There's a million things you could do with this, and there's a lot of templates and everything that's all set up for teachers as well. It's not just used by teachers, it is used by professionals. So you can see the various categories. So if you are a social media influencer, you'd probably use this to create a lot of your graphic designs to make them look professional. If you're a teacher, you might use a lot of these different things. Like, for instance, an infographic might be something that you want to use. So let's say I am a teacher I teach writing and I want to talk about the writing process. I could just go through here and see if there's already something on the writing process here that looks professional. So if I go here, I could then easily adapt this to my own classroom. So if I wanted to edit any one of these or call these something different, I could easily do that. So I could just click on here, the writing process. Like if I don't want any of these things in here, maybe I call it the writing cycle. I don't know. I would call it the process, but you get the idea. You just go right in here, change these things, change the images, change the words, change it however you want. Pretty easy to do and to make something look very professional. When you're all done with this, let's say I am done with this, I could just go to share and I could download this. So if I download that right now, it's going to download it as a PDF and go right to my downloads folder, and then I could print it or I could put it in Google Classroom or decide what I want to do with that. But this is something you could easily use to create graphics in your classroom. So inside of Canva, there's some pretty cool features as far as presentations. And if you haven't used this, if you use PowerPoint or Google Slides instead, nothing wrong with either one of them. But they have some pretty cool templates that you could use. So if I just want here and I just want to describe, let's say I'm teaching about the solar system, I could just go here, check out these different ones that are already here. So if I go into this one, I can press apply all 18 pages and there's already a presentation on the solar system for me. It has animated parts, and I could go through. If I want to change something, I could easily, change the words, change the pictures, do whatever I want to do. But they have some templates here that are already done that you could easily adapt. One of the nice things about if you use this for a presentation tool in your classroom, so if I just go to present right now and press present, right, it's interactive. There's some really cool shortcuts inside of Canva, and you could get to these shortcuts. Right down here is a little keyboard that show you these shortcuts that I'm going to show you. So right here, there's different shortcuts. So one that's very popular is just to type one of the numbers to put a timer on. So if I had something on here that was a timer, I know this doesn't make much sense, but if I needed a timer, I could add a minute, to subtract a minute, and just press play, and it could give me a countdown timer right on my slideshow when I press numbers 1 through 10. I'm just going to minus that so you can't see it, but you get the idea. There's a lot of other tools, like if I hit the B key, it blurs stuff out. See how it just kind of blurs it out? So if you don't want your students to see something, you can blur it. You can either press the Enter key on your keyboard or the B key again to unblur it. If I want my students to be quiet, I could say Q, and it gives me a big quiet sign on here. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but if you hit the O, there's bubbles that pop up. Not sure why you'd want bubbles. I guess just to gather your kids' attention. One of the cool features is confetti. So if you're like, we live on Earth, I click on confetti. If someone got a question right or something. Drum roll is just hitting the letter D. U is a curtain call. So if you wanted to like hide something at the beginning and just have a curtain kind of come up to show you the next slide, that's called a curtain call. Again, these are all found right here. So mic drop is an M. So kind of a neat thing to do at probably the end. But if you forget any of these shortcuts, they're all listed right here. So just a different way to present to grab your students' attention. Nothing real fancy. They definitely look professional. Some of the pre-built ones, you can make your own. So inside of Canva, you probably noticed this thing that says templates. When you go on here, you'll see if you're like on presentations or ready to teach lessons, you can actually search by grade level. So right here, it has the various grade levels. So if I'm looking for something for a kindergarten classroom, I could click on here. There's going to be a bunch of templates on here that I might use. Some of these might be documents that you could just use as like worksheets. Others might be presentations, but you could go through here and see if there is something that is relevant to what you're teaching. Obviously, you could always use the search feature by going here and describe what you want to find. So if I go in here and I just want to find kindergarten math, it'll search for kindergarten math problems. I liked how there were, if I go back to home here, when I was on here, there were a lot of templates for various grade levels. Say I'm teaching 10th grade and it has various, it might have some graphics that show things, some presentations, and some documents that you could use in your classroom. So if you're teaching about Newton's law of motions, I could just go in here and see if I want to use this infographic. And very easily I could go in here and change things around, delete things, or decide if I want to use that in a classroom. So pretty cool that it has so many templates that teachers can search for. So a lot of teachers have asked me, is there a presentation tool, an AI presentation tool that will design a presentation for you? And yes, there are a lot of them out there. But Canva has a built-in AI tool that will help you build a slideshow. So if you just go right here from the home page, right on Magic Studio, and I'm going to do Magic Design for presentations. I'm going to say try Magic Design. And I just got to search it. So if I want to continue with that theme, build a slideshow on Newton's laws. And so it's building me a slideshow. So if I say I just like the look of that one, let's look. Now, just like with any AI tool, just like if you use ChatGPT or Bard or Bing or anything, you have to check over. You don't just build the presentation and just run with it. You would want to go through here and make sure this slideshow suits your needs, and then you could change things up. Go on here and add things however you want. In addition to like building with Magic Design, it has this feature called Magic Write. So let's say I want to just have an extra slide here. I go over here, it has Magic Write. Magic Write is kind of like having ChatGPT or Bard or Bing right into your slideshow. So let's say I want to connect these laws of motion with real life. So if I summarize that real quick, you see how it did a little lifting for me. Now I could have went to ChatGPT and had it right and just copy and pasted. But again, it's all in one platform. So if I just go here, make it a little bit bigger, resize this, or change the fonts, or do whatever you want with it after that. But maybe I don't want to keep the word certainly in there, so I'll just take that out by pressing delete. But you get the idea how you could, real life applications. I could go in here and build a slide using an AI tool built right into Canva. So I hope you found this video helpful, and you dig into Canva a little bit and maybe use it in your classroom.